Thanks for joining us on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Aji Shafe. Well, for that particular clip there, the women will be playing their match day 7 today. I'll be looking at the fixtures for match day 7 before they go on break in the Nigerian Women Football League that will start the show. Well, right now, a lot of stories that we have for you on the show. Well, for the fact that Nigerians are not too happy about the death of Abubakar Lawal, the federal government right now, they demand for full investigation. That's the first story we'll be looking at on the show. Abubakar Lawal death. Federal government demands full investigation due to the scenario actually following the death of this particular player that plays for Viper FC in Uganda League. News came out earlier that maybe he fell, some are saying on a bike or thereabout. Right now we have a press release coming from the Nigerian diaspora commission there for the fact that they were able to issue a press statement yesterday evening. It filtered in, and let's look at that press statement before we unveil our guest who is joining us from Lagos. Right now, let's have it. Talking about the press release, inside that press release, you have the death of Nigerian footballer in Uganda. Investigation for the fact that disturbed by the reported death of a Nigerian footballer in Uganda, Abubakar Lawal, under highly unclear circumstances. The chairman of that commission said the acting Nigerian High Commissioner in Uganda, Ambassador Shama Shanga, has demanded full autopsy and thorough investigation to the circumstances surrounding the unfortunate incident. In a statement, Irewa stated that it is a pathetic and appears suspicious. The Nigerian government will ensure and demand a thorough and transparent investigation. May so rest in peace, and God give the family the fortitude to bear the loss. Well, according to this story, the Kajansi Police Division said they are investigating the circumstances surrounding the tragic death of Abubakar Lawal, a professional footballer at Viper Sport Club, who was claimed to have fallen from the third floor of that shopping arcade in the morning of February 24. The reports indicate that Lawal arrived at the shopping mall in his vehicle, registration number, blah, 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 to meet his friend Omari Naima, a Tanzanian national residing in room 416. As it is right now, according to Naima, she left Lawal, is also a final year student at Cavendish University, in the room preparing tea and proceeded to a game center within the mall. Shortly after, at exactly 8 a.m., Lawal reportedly fell from the balcony. He was rushed to Entebbe Referral Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Well, looking at the continuation of that particular one, as part of the ongoing investigation, authorities are retrieving CCTV footage and conducting thorough interrogations to establish the exact circumstances surrounding the incident. Well, this is the release coming from Nigeria Diaspora Commission about the death of Abubakar Lawal, a professional footballer with Viper FC of Uganda. Nigerians are asking questions. Super Eagles also are asking questions. The federal government should make sure they find out, because the death seems to be a kind of suspicious. They said he fell. Some news say actually it was a motorbike accident, while some are saying he fell from the hotel. As it is right now, what is happening, autopsy and all the investigation going on over there in Uganda, hopefully we'll get to know what really caused the death of that player. Though it's painful, it's gone now. May so rest in peace. Well, join us from Lagos to talk sport this hour. We have Tayo Ogushaya joining us from Lagos. Tayo, good to have you on the show. And then let's roll into the fourth story that we just mentioned.
Yeah, good morning, Adeni. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, the story you just read just now about Abubakar Lawal. It's quite unfortunate. It's saddening. When I saw that story on Sunday night, I felt maybe it was an accident, and I was asking myself what could have led him to have that accident on the bike right there in Uganda. But then, unfortunately, another story popped up on Tuesday while gathering facts and everything. On Tuesday, a different story came up, even on Monday, that he fell. Then the Ugandan police actually released a statement that he fell. And if there is a contrary story report from the Ugandan police that shows that not all the facts that are out there are accurate. So it's important that the Nigerian government actually needs to weigh in. And I'm happy that the Nigerian Diaspora Commission has stepped in. And yesterday, don't forget that Ahmed Musa, who former Super Eagles captain, who was at the World Cup, and he also weighed in into the situation, calling for thorough investigation, because this Sokoto United former player. He was in the NNL. He played well before he moved to Viper in Uganda. So the bottom line now is that the Nigerian government must weigh in and show their muscle in getting to the bottom of what really happened to citizen Abubakar Lawal right there in Uganda.
Seriously, it's getting more painful because of conflicting stories coming in. The first news that came out was that he had an accident via motorbike. But right now, from this particular one we are seeing, they even mentioned the number registered that he drove down there before he fell from the balcony. Well, for Abubakar Lawal, a painful death it is for that particular player who Nigerians are really not too happy with what really happened. Although, like you said, from the way it is right now, people are waiting to see what really is it. Just that he fell from the balcony, or somebody pushed him, or was it a case of homicide? Whatever really happened, Nigerians are waiting. Nigerian embassy over there in Uganda are also waiting to see the report coming out. But from the way it's going right now, it seems this particular one will not be swept under the carpet, because federal government have quickly taken over this case to see what they will do. For Ministry of Foreign Affairs also corroborating the statement from the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, trying to see how they can get to the root of this particular situation. We've seen where a lot of players that have actually died in circumstances that we cannot explain what really happened, but this one seems a bit suspicious. But whatever it is, we just hope that they will find the true cause of the death of that player. And according to what we heard, that the team agreed that they will be getting his remains down to Nigeria so that he can actually be buried rightly there. Well, we so rest in peace, so painful. We continue to follow this story concerning what actually happened, the cause of the death of Abubakar Lawal over there in Uganda. Well, away from there, let's talk about across Nigeria right now in Ibadan, Benin City, Jos, Damaturu. We have, even in Kaduna, we have a lot of Nigerians who are right now participating in the zonal elimination of National Sports Festival. Well, the story says 22nd National Sports Festival, NSC leadership heads to zones. Olakpade is the DG, while Shehu Diko is the chairman of their commission, and decided to at least visit 2 centers among all to see how they can give morale to all the athletes competing in the zonal elimination. Shehu Diko is in Kaduna, while Olakpade is in Ibadan, to see how they can give a lot of morale to these athletes, and also see how they can at least plan ahead of the main event. The zonal eliminations at least precede the main event, and they want to get the best out of the best for Nigeria, for us to be able to have all the athletes that will be competing at the 22nd edition. We're looking at this story. Tayo, you agree with me that it's not business as usual, because you are seeing these guys going there to see how things are actually being done by themselves, not just to wait till National Sports Festival comes up and then they come maybe the last day of opening ceremony. Right now they are going to the center to see things for themselves and also make sure things are done rightly.
It is instructive to know that this will be the first National Sports Festival that will be organized under the new National Sports Commission. And don't forget that the DG, Honorable Bukola Olopade, has been, he was a commissioner of sports in Ogun State. And he is quite instrumental in bringing this edition of the National Sports Festival to Ogun State. And being a propelling force in that state when it comes to sports, he has no other choice than to be on ground and to drive the process to ensure that Ogun State, the Gateway Games, they call it, have the best of talent. Because don't forget that the new mantra now is that sports should be taken away from recreational to business. And in creating an economy around it, talent, the right talent must be gotten. But then there is always suspicion around athletes crossing from one country, from one state to the other, because our directors of sports want to perform, coaches want to perform, but medals are what some of them use as yardsticks to retain their position or their position in government, or whatever appointment they have. So one aspect that has to be looked into is the quality of talents who are coming across Africa, across Nigeria, because when we have these talents at times and they don't get the right nurturing, they tend to wither away or fade away. and or get poached by another country. So it's important that they are on ground and they follow through the process in ensuring that yes, we have the right talent. The festival is our own Nigerian Olympics. Many of us refer to it like that because there were so many sports will be there, and every state, the 6 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, will be competing for medals and honors. Delta hosted the last one. Ogun State wants to go much ahead. They've been able to get some of the facilities in place. They will be using the Remo Sports Complex in the Kenya Ogun State. The Ijaja Sport Complex in Abeokuta is also being revamped. The stadium, MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta right there is also being revamped. So Bukola Olafade has so much stake in this, being the first national sport festival that will be organized, being the DG of the NSC. So everything has to be on point because once they are done with this festival, don't forget that Enugu is also waiting to pick up the next edition.
Okay, seriously, we know that Enugu is at least waiting for them to also hold National Sports Festival. Now, you are very close to Ogun State, and as it is, we know that zonal elimination is actually taking place across Nigeria. But for Ogun State right now, from what you've seen, this particular competition is coming up by May. Can you say that they are ready?
Well, for every competition, even the Olympics, it is never ready, even when tournament the game starts. So it's a continuous process. You can't have everything 100%, but efforts have been made to ensure that everything is being put in place. Don't forget that Ogun State hosted the 2006 edition far away. That was then 2006, and I think in 1998 as well, Ogun State hosted. So it's important that they get this right. The governor himself, Prince Dapo Abiodun, is also ensuring that the huge talent that the state is known for are well utilized and applied to project the image of the state. So they are hosting to make sure that everything goes on. Don't forget that this particular edition has been postponed about twice. It was supposed to hold sometime early, I think it was in January before it was rescheduled again to May. Hopefully everything will go on as planned. But Ogun State, talent-wise, Scrabble and other sporting events, they are putting everything in place. I just have to say this: talent, whatever athletes, whatever they see, comfort, whatever they see, they are going to be well remunerated, appreciated, and motivated. They always find their way there. So, Ogun State is doing all to ensure that they have the best of their talents and win medals that day when the games end.
Okay, good one there. Trying to put you on hot seat with that question. But anyway, okay, from the 22nd National Sports Festival, let's digress a bit. As we speak right now, our under-20 team, Flying Eagles, are already in Cote d'Ivoire. Ahead of the friendlies, they'll be playing against Cote d'Ivoire under-20 team. As we speak, they'll be playing today. And they are also ready to see how they can fine-tune that before the 2025 under 20 AFCON that will be coming up also in Cote d'Ivoire there. But the good thing is that we are playing the host nation, and that will also help us to get used to them. But maybe we are going to meet later. But as it is, our team will be playing today in a friendly. They wanted to play against Egypt. It didn't work out. They had to go with Cote d'Ivoire. As it is, what are you expecting tonight, or rather today, by 4 p.m. thereabout, when they file out against Cote d'Ivoire under 20, the Flying Eagles?
Yeah, I'm quite happy that the Nigeria Football Federation have been able to maximize the relationship that they have with many Nigerians who are in Cote d'Ivoire. Don't forget that Cote d'Ivoire were the host of the 2023 African Cup of Nations, which was held last year, 2024, in January, February. I was there. Many Nigerians of Nigerian origin were also there in Cote d'Ivoire. Some of them are into sports, and they were quite happy that the Super Eagles were actually on ground and they also got to the final. So this is an opportunity for the NFF to see some of these openings, relationships, and that's the reason why the Flying Eagles are right there to play a friendly, two-way friendlies with the baby elephants of the Cote d'Ivoire. The game, one will be holding today. The next one will be on Friday, 3 p.m. That's Iberian time. And for me, I feel Coach Coach Dubai, he has a whole lot of stuff to do concerning this thing. Don't forget that he is the coach of El Academy Warriors, but the under 20, the age grade teams recently, they've not really been giving Nigerians joy. Because what we used to have in the past was that players from the age grade usually flow into the Super Eagles, and people get to know them, they resonate well with them. But unfortunately, that has not been the case in recent times. So having to play Cote d'Ivoire in a friendly is a good one. But then, what happens after then? You know, they play in competition, they don't get to win as they used to. Even on the African continent, it's been difficult for the Flying Eagles to even make their mark or fly higher than the mark they set for themselves. So challenges are here and there. Good thing anyway that they're having having this trending game. But then, what is the end result? But the NFL is good; they're able to put this together, as I stated earlier. But then, for me personally, I feel the Eagles needs to do more. They need to do more in farming these talents to the very level that even Nigerians will be able to remember and know them for their talents and their exploits, even at their own career level.
Okay. Talking about Flying Eagles there, at least ahead of the friendly, they will be playing against Cote d'Ivoire, Baby Elephant today, Nigerian time 4 p.m. and we hope that they will do us proud. They will also be playing on Friday. It's going to be a two-legged one against Cote d'Ivoire, Baby Elephant. Before the main event starts, they just have to fine-tune themselves. According to Coach Aliyu Zubairu, they are already trying to see how they can get the best of these players for them to leave this competition, win the under-20 AFCON that will be coming up. Well, Tayo Ogunse has been doing justice to all the topics we're looking at here. And from that particular, okay, still talking about our team, the Flying Eagles. From the way it is right now, I love the fact that the NFF, or maybe currently, the coaches, the players, the team, everything seems to be going so easy. No issue of something delays or something caused this. If you notice this time around, everything has been seamless. Moving to Cote d'Ivoire, coming, all these things have been done. And before, either we are hearing that something is holding them down or they are yet to move and all that. But friendly, they still made sure they were able to get this against Cote d'Ivoire. Even though Egypt couldn't walk, they quickly moved to play Cote d'Ivoire as the host nation in the two friendlies that will be coming up. That's a good, smooth, a good move coming from the NFF.
Definitely, especially for Coach Dubai, who seems to have found favor with the leadership of the Nigerian Football Federation. He is a good coach. He was the academy. Don't forget that as a member of the NNL, which I am, we were able to. He was able to do well in last season, where they did well, even winning the President's Federation Cup. And for that, it gave them the opportunity. It gave him the opportunity to also step up to handle the Flying Eagles. So he really one of his. When I had a one-on-one with him, then he disclosed to me that he loved playing with younger players, because those ones, the younger players, the younger talents, he could tell them what they do, and they will definitely implement some of these tactics on the field. So, being the coach of the Flying Eagles presently, he's been able to do well from what we've seen. He played the WAFU Cup, and he was able to place himself. He was able to put himself ahead of other teams. So, especially looking at what he is able to achieve so far, the NFF has no. They definitely find some level of confidence in him. So whatever he needs, they give to him. But then, at the end of the day, we want to see how he's able to take this talent beyond this level of the under 20. And the talent that what is the NFF doing. And don't also forget that there are so many stakeholders around this thing. Agents, club owners, all manners of people who want their talent to go. Maybe that's a little bit of distraction, but then so far it's steady. But then in the long run, we hope that they will push all this into positive and get to the right level that we all desire.
Okay, talking about the Flying Eagles there. Hopefully they will do us proud tonight by the time they file out against Baby Elephant. We've been talking sport and now it's time to talk about Women League. Earlier on we showcased our visuals that has to do with Women Football League. Match day 7 is up where they'll be playing in Group A and B before they go on break. Well, let's take a look at the fixtures for today. Across different centers in Group A, we have Edo Queens will be playing against Ekiti Queens, Atlant Queens at home in Imo State, or where precisely they'll be facing the Confluence Queens, and Remo Star Ladies they'll be hosting Nasarawa Amazons, and you have Danas Ladies versus Abia Angels in Group A. So, Shea, looking at these fixtures, I want to pick out something there. Remo Star Ladies, they are hosting Nasarawa Amazons in the women version. Nasarawa United will be hosting Remo Stars in Lafia. What's a way to go? Well, looking at these fixtures here, which team are you staying with?
Yeah, first, Remo Stars they've been able to show some level of confidence with wherever they go. What the boys, the men, have been able to do in the NFL, NPFL. They have also been able to replicate in the Nigeria Women's Football League. I feel they are going to win. Don't forget that they have the best of facilities, and that is why the NFF has found that place a sweet spot to always take all the national teams to train. So that's going to count for something. Wonderful facilities. I was there some time ago. A great place for football in Ekene. So that will definitely count for something. Nasarawa Amazon, they will hop and pop, but I don't think they'll be able to get a win in this game. For Edo Queens, they also enjoy some level of support from the government, some of convenience, some of pay. They are one of the, if not the only team that earn the same pay as men. That's what they earn the same pay with in the bended insurance. So definitely they're going to get a win. They've been on a roll recently, and from this fixture, I feel Nasarawa United against Remo Stars is going to be difficult for them. Remo Stars will win, but Edo Queens will also get their own win in this fixture today.
Okay, looking at the NWFL match day 7 in Group A fixtures. Well, still looking at the fixtures, we have another one in Group B where they will also be trying their best to see how they will win. Rivers Angels, Adamawa Queens, Nigeria Tells Benway Queens, FC Robo Queens, they're playing against Bayelsa Queens, while Ibom Angels against Delta Queens. Delta Queens have not been too superlative this season, but Rivers Angels, they are really doing well. So as it is here, I'm sure you want to pitch your tent also with Rivers Angels. Tayo.
Well, a little bit difficult. Rivers Angels has not been swashbuckling as we used to know them, hitting all manner of things. This particular era has been challenging for them, though they'll still have to. Their position, if you look at Adamawa Queens, not a tough opposition to stop them from winning in Port Harcourt. Nigeria Tells, owned by Baraside, the Benue FA chairman, a club that has been there doing all kinds of positive things to promote the women's football. I feel for them, this particular playing in Abuja, they're going to get the win. For Ibom Angels, we have to keep our fingers crossed. And don't forget the fact that women's football is rising in Nigeria, but other African countries are also picking up. So it's a good one overall for the leadership of the Nigeria Women's Football League. They've been able to put this together despite the scarce resources and challenges with running the league. So definitely a good one for the fixtures holding today, and we hope that the better team will win as they continue to push for the title as well as the playoff.
Okay. Well, we've talked about the Women League. They are coming up today, match day 7, before they go on break. But right now, all the teams are batch ready. All are in places where they'll be facing one another And right now, it's going to be a do-or-die affair for tonight in the Nigerian Women Football League Match Day 7 fixtures. Now, let's cross over to the men, where MPFL will also be coming up for the midweek game that they'll be playing. Matches will be up, and they'll all be looking for points. Like I said earlier, for Nasarawa United, they will be hosting Remo Stars, the men. Why the women of Remo Stars will be hosting Nasarawa Amazon? So just flipping it over there. Looking at the fixtures here, Eyimba will be at home in Aba against Shooting Stars. This is a match that is like Nigeria Classico one way or the other. Eyimba versus Shooting Stars. This game is a tough one between the two. Ogumbote leading Shooting Stars to Aba, because right now they're still second on the log. And you look at Enugu Ranger, defending champion against Sunshine Stars of Akure at the Cathedral. Heartland versus El Kanemi Warriors. Aqua United away to Kano to face Kano Pillars. Kwara United will be at home in Ilorin against Abia Warriors, while Lobby Stars should get size. They will be playing against those over there in Bauchi. Nasarawa United in Lafia at home against Raymond Stars table topper. And you have Bayelsa United. They will be away to Jos as they face Plateau United in those games. So these are the fixtures for today in the MPFL. Let's have it with you, Ogunshe.
Top fixtures all around. First on the list, of course, is Eyimba Shooting Stars. Eyimba, they've not been pulling their weight this time around this season or all season long. Remember, they just crashed out of the President Federation Cup, and they've not been having it so good at all. Inconsistency, it's very inconsistent with their performances. Possibly due to the fact that they've not been able to transit from those players who are with them and the new ones. And the team generally lacks experience. They've not been able to get all their acts together. Unfortunately, they're languishing below what at the base in a by many of the fans who want them not want them to be present. For Shooting Stars, they're chasing the title. Difficult. It's an opportunity for them to also get points in Aba. Remo Stars, they are flying, more like flying away with the title, just like Liverpool in the Premier League. But who is going to stop them? If Rangers can also get their acts right, maybe they can also pull them down or get some points off their lead. But then, for Adamawa, for Nasarawa has always been in trouble. They are in relegation zone. They've been trying everything to stay up, because don't forget that they are new to the season, to this NPFL. They got promoted last season from NNL. So coming against a team that is as solid as the Remo Stars, who are definitely going to look for a draw, even snatch a win in Lafia, I feel it's going to be a difficult one. For me, I think Nasarawa United might get a draw in that game, except if Remo Stars decide to lay back and wait. So all around, it's wonderful fixtures all through. Ikechi Romo, former Super Eagles goalkeeper, he's with the Abia Warriors. I spoke with him earlier. They'll be playing against Kwara United. Kwara United, they've been doing their job quietly. Kwara United is a combustible side. They don't get results. The fans always want to get back on the team. But this time around, they know what they need against Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors have also been one of the steady side in this league. You can't roll them away. You can't push them aside. So it's going to be an exciting fixture all around. If you check all the other engagements, NPFL definitely is a good sell if you want to enjoy the best of local football in Nigeria.
Well, we're looking at match 26 in the MPFL, and it's going to be a tough one because this midweek game, all the teams are battle ready. We're looking at Rangers hosting Sunshine Stars at the Cathedral in Enugu. Not forgetting Raymond Stars are away to Nasarawa in Lafia. You have Plateau United in Jos playing at home against Bayelsa United. Coach Ladan Bozo will be trying to see how whatever he can get away from Jos against Coach Mboas. over there in Jos. And also looking at Eyimba, Shooting Stars, Ogumbote will be facing Eyimba International. Well, that team, as it is, this is not the best time for Eyimba, but they can actually rally back and do well. For Rangers too, they are the defending champion. They want to get the 3 points at stake, where all the teams are really running to see how they will do it. For Abia Warriors versus Kwara United, another tough one coming up there, but it is for the best teams that are going to win tonight, because the match will be on by 4 p.m. Well, looking at the MPFL there, quickly, let's cross away from football and talk about some fellow Nigerians representing us in table tennis, the one they call ping pong sport. We have African #1, Aruna Quadri is also participating. Table tennis, Aruna Meshref in fine start as 2025 ITTF, that's International Table Tennis Federation African Cup begins. As it is right now, Aruna Quadri was able to brush aside the first player he met. Also, Dina Meshref, #1 when it comes to women table tennis Africa, also did well there. We have Olagide Omotaya on all of them in this competition. But as it is, it seems Aruna Quadri and Meshref, both of them defending champions of this competition, are raring to go to win again.
15 countries are featuring in this championship in Tunisia, and I don't know, Quadri definitely the defending champion. He's won it six times, and I think he wants to go for his 6th title this time around. And don't forget that Omar Sarr is also the Egyptian, and there are also a host of others, Wahad Young in Tunisia, who also want to make a shout into what is going on, make a shout at the championship. For Haruna Quadri, at 36, maybe age might not be on his side presently, but playing away from Nigeria and being in Africa might be an advantage for him, so to speak. But then you have other players who are always waiting to snap at his feet if he decides to slow down a bit. For the women's category, Dina Meshref of Egypt won it 9 times. So we're going to stop her. That's a question many are asking in Tunisia. But then, for me, I feel she still has that firepower to stay on top of her game. The main draw starts this morning at 10 a.m. So definitely it's going to be a real fire on the table when everything goes up for whoever is ready to pick up the point to get to the next level.
A big one happening there at the ICCF Africa. Defending champions, talking about Aruna Quadri and also Dina from Egypt. Both of them are ready to go. They want to defend it and also do well. For Aruna Quadri, despite the fact that he's aging, but he's still an old wine in the new bottle. Maybe we should use that word for him, because Aruna seems not to be ready to drop his words at all. I can hear Tayo laughing there, but seriously.
Maybe if you win, it will give a good birthday gift for me today.
Okay. Seriously, we wish him the best. At least if you can win it back for at least again for Nigeria, at least it should be on gold. Rather on record that he actually edged his name in gold for winning that competition again as a defending champion. So Aruna Quadri, well, even though you are aging, you are still the best in Africa. Alongside Omar Sarr, who has been a thorn in the flesh, but they always meet each other, and it's always a cracker anytime they meet.
Motivation playing wherever I see the Aruna Quadri. They know themselves very well. Right from 2016, they've been playing in tournaments, competitions here and there. If Aruna doesn't perform well at the international level, Omar steps up to fly the flag of Africa well. So both players, they know what is at stake. The younger ones are coming through, and it's going to be an exciting period if you have the opportunity to sit and watch the game of tennis on the continent of Africa. Very interesting, and I'm sure you won't lose your time watching the exchanges between the top players in Africa, in Tunisia.
Wishing Aruna Quadri the best there, and all the players that will participate at the ITTF Africa. Well, it's been a good one for Aruna so far. When it comes to this sport, he's really a king in Africa. Well, we just have to move on now. Well, let's quickly talk about a man who has done it for himself. We move to Serie A so that we can talk about Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman scored a brace over the weekend, and right now he has made the team of the week. Ademola Lookman makes team of the week. It's actually for being able to score a brace for Atalanta. Well, forgetting whatever happened between himself and Gasperini, and he has done it for himself by putting the best answer to all the brouhaha happening there with his team. Well, from the way it is, let's take a look at the team of the week. That has to do with Italia Serie A team of the week. They've been able to pick some of these players, and our own Ademola Lookman also make the call there. Of course, he deserves all the accolades he's getting right now when it comes to the team of the week. I just have to give him kudos for what he's doing right now. For Ademola Lookman, well, you look at him alongside others for what they've done. Milinkovic-Savic of Torino standing there for match day 26, and you look at the front three. You have Shomurodov of Roma, Retegui of Atalanta, Lautaro Martinez of Inter Milan, Ademola Lookman having 9.43. That's a huge amount of points. Cristante 9.03, Sole 8.80, 8.16 for Angelino, Jim City 8.35, also from Atalanta. Another Atalanta player, Poch, having 8.19, and Bellanova, also from Atalanta, having 8.02. And if you check it at the back, you have Milinkovic-Savic there. But really, if you look at it, Ademola Lookman seems to be having the highest point for the team of the week. Tayo, it seems he actually stood out. Despite having 5 different players from Atalanta, you have 4 from Roma, 1 from Inter Milan, and right now, and the one from Torino. The Roma and Atalanta dominated the team of the week, and our own Ademola Lookman standing out with 9.43 as the score point, ahead of others in the team of the week.
Very interesting. Maybe after that game against Empoli, after he scored the 2 goals, and one of the corner kicks he took actually led to one of the goals. That was the second goal. He tweeted pain into power. That was after the game. That shows that he had an extra motivation. Going by that unnecessary distraction that happened in the Champions League, where his coach had to criticize him unjustly, despite coming on after a while from injury. He came on in the second half, got a goal. There was an opportunity to play to take a penalty. His teammates, regular takers, asked him to do, and he did that, but he didn't score. But don't forget that big players, they've lost penalties, and penalties, if you can take it, it shows that whether you win the score or not, it's still the braveness, the confidence to take a penalty. Players should also be commended for that. So having that during the midweek, came on Saturday, came back on Sunday. He started that game against Empoli away, got 2 goals, and of course, with the way he's been playing, Ademola is a team player. Whenever he's seen, even at the AFCON, he plays more like in Yoruba, he says paramole, very close to the ground. He moves with the ball, plays as a player. He doesn't talk much. Now, what he does more is he makes his actions speak for him on the pitch. So that was what he did on Sunday. He gets those 2 goals against Empoli, and in doing that, he's able to get so much point, 9.43, to make the team of the week. You can't push him away. The fans all love him. His teammates love him, and for his contribution to the team, Atalanta, it shows that the sky is the limit. And unfortunately for Atalanta, they may not be able to keep him this season. And for his coach, it might be also be difficult for him to stay after this season because of the issues around the team. Ademola Lookman, he is on the road, and I hope that he will continue to do well because don't forget that the World Cup qualifiers match day 5 and match day 6 is just a few weeks away. Nigeria will be playing against Rwanda, playing in Rwanda and Kigali before coming back to host Zimbabwe. So it's a good one for him. It's a good way of responding to critics or criticism, doing his performance on the pitch and getting a goal. So hopefully we'll do that for the Super Eagles and make sure that the Super Eagles World Cup qualification is right back on track.
Demola Lookman deserve all the accolade he's getting right now over there in Italia Serie A. Atalanta has been a safe haven and is doing well with that team. Well, talking about Italia Serie A week, team of the week, where he actually earned 9.43 ahead of other 10 players that have been picked for the week 26. Well, from there, let's talk about the big one that happened yesterday in the league, of course. It was a moment for Chelsea. They were able to do well 4-0 against Southampton at the bridge. They showcased why they really need to win that game. And right now, the coach of that team, Enzo Maresca to Parma, despite not scoring, well, according to him, keep smiling, goals will come. Maresca to Parma, that was the statement, because a lot of people wanted to know what was he telling him, and that has been decoded. That he was telling him that, well, goals will come, don't worry, even though others scored like Nkuku and the host of others actually scored those 4 goals. But Palmer has been a player that you just have to reckon with when it comes to Chelsea. Well, looking at the games that was played yesterday, well, Tayo, for this statement, keep smiling, goals will come. Maresca to Palmer, what would you say about that?
I think the team is lacking confidence presently. Young players all around, and when you started well, and at some point the drought came in, goals were not coming in. You're losing games, dropping points. Of course, confidence issues setting, and if you're not getting the right vibes from the coach, of course, it will definitely sink in and affect their performances negatively. So for Maresca to approach. To approach him
Okay, as it is right now, I guess Tayo was trying to make a statement for Enzo Maresca to approach Cole Palmer about his performance, that he's doing well. All he needs to do is just be confident and relax. You will score goals coming from there. Well, good one for Chelsea. They were able to win. Let's take a look at the result of Premier League that were played yesterday. At least matches were played. You have Chelsea walloping Southampton. Let's take it from the bottom as they won 4-0. And Nkuku among these scorers. Wolves 1, Fulham 2. Aston Villa lost. So Crystal Palace, the Eagle flew over Aston Villa 4-1. While Brighton also showed their clients the battle of the B teams 2-1. It ended in favor of Brighton in that encounter. As it is, Chelsea are back there and really trying to see how they can maintain it. Let's flip this to how the table is standing after looking at all the results that was played in the Premier League for yesterday. Well, let's look at it, how the table is from 1 to 10, and then we look at 11 to 22. Well, as it is right now, we know that Chelsea are back to the top 4, ahead with 2 points against Manchester City. So good one for the Blues, who are right now having 46 points with 16 as goal difference. And you look at Manchester City have been pushed down to 5th, and as it is right now, a good laugh for Chelsea fans all across the globe for the fact that they were able to wallop the whipping child of Premier League Southampton 4-0 to add more to their goal difference. Right now, I'd rather go for where they have 16 as goal difference there. Good one for Chelsea. Nottingham Forest holding 4th with just 1 point ahead of the Blues, and as it is, it's a battle to finish because they will also be playing today to see how they can also, maybe they will add more or they will retain where they are. Arsenal, you can see where they are, standing second with 53 points, trying to see, and the coach of Arsenal, Arteta, is not giving up. He says over his dead body, will he give up right now against winning the Premier League? Still hopeful that they can win it, even though they are in match day 27. They still have about 11 matches or even 12 for Arsenal to play, so they can hold it and close the gap and also still win it. So they are not. He's not giving up at all. Newcastle United, they will be playing their own also today. 44 points alongside Manchester City. And watch out for Haaland and Isak, both of them neck to neck in higher goal scorer with 19 goals so far. Bournemouth and Brighton, the two teams that made themselves, are really trying to upstay themselves. 43 are standing 7 and 8, while Fulham and Aston Villa are standing 9 and 10. In that pecking order from 1 to 10 in the Premier League. And if you look at the other side of the table, you have Brentford also joining the B teams to hold 4th with 37 points. Crystal Palace, despite that win, they have 36 points with 12. Well, that is hope for them. At least they're out of any worries Tottenham Hotspur, one of the big teams in England right now, while we're in 13th position, taking the place of a club, 33 points. And you have Everton, Manchester United. Surprisingly, Manchester have been pushed further down to 15, a -7, and 30 as their point against West Ham, also having the same point of -17 on goal difference. Wolverhampton Wanderers 22, Ipswich Town, Leicester City, Southampton 17, and for Southampton it's as if they actually accept their fate right now. 27 matches with a -46 as goal difference and just 9 points that they have gathered this season. That team, they are not really ready to fly anymore. With just how many matches to go? 11 matches, and what would they do with 11? And if you multiply that with 3, you know what you will get. So can this still save them? Maybe they should just begin to wake up from their slumber and see if they can still make it. If they can win the remaining games, they can actually pick up there. Tayo, I know you are back, so let's have you. Okay, seems Tayo is not really still with us. We're looking at the Premier League result and also how the table is right now. Going away from Premier League, we really apologize for that, Tayo. Let's quickly look at Spanish Copa del Rey. It was a tough battle between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid yesterday. Ended 4-4. 8-goal thriller. What a match. The first leg. And the second leg is coming up at the home of Atletico Madrid. So already as it is, it's going to be a tough battle. If they could do a 4-4 in Barcelona Nou Camp, I expect that Barcelona can also do well over there at the home of Atletico Madrid. A tough battle with both of them. When you look at the player that scored, Julian Alvarez, Griezmann, Marcos, Llorente, and Solot, while Pedri, Kubasi, Inigo, Martinez, and you have Lewandowski, all of them scoring for their teams. And it's a tough one for the second leg in the Spanish Copa del Rey. Quickly, German DFB Poker. Quarterfinal, Arminia Bielefeld upset Werder Bremen 2-1. Third-tier team, Arminia Bielefeld were able to upset Werder Bremen to actually qualify for the semi-final of this cup, German Cup, and it's a fantastic performance from them. They won that game 2-1, and right now they've made it to the semi-final. Talking about Arminia Bielefeld, celebrating over there in Germany for the fact that they won the German DFB Poker. And in Coppa Italia, well, okay, looking at the score line there, 2-1 ended in favor of them. And you look at the statistics, even though they were trailing Werder Bremen, but on goals, they won 2-1. Congrats to them for being able to do it. And straight away to Coppa Italia is Inter Milan. Inter Milan, they defeated Lazio 2-0. Nerazzurri, as they call them, set up Milan derby in the semi-final. They've actually qualified for the semi-final, and right now they set up that particular derby there. Well, it's going to be a tough one because both of them share the same stadium, and so we wait to see who wins this battle between the blue Nerazzurri and the red. That's AC Milan in the Coppa Italia that we have for you. Quickly, let's look at Coupe de France also. They played their own quarterfinals where Angers played against Reims, 1-1 in the regulation time, but Reims won on 5-3 on penalties, while Canes also, they fought against Guinea as they won their game 3-1 to actually win their own encounter in the Coupe de France, their own cup that was played over there across in France rather. Kudos to all the teams that won. And for Inter Milan, AC Milan, a tough battle coming up there in the semi-final. For Arminia Bielefeld, right now they are celebrating because from third tier, they shocked Werder Bremen. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, second leg will be very, very tough. But today, Real Madrid, they'll be playing their own. Let's see what they will be doing. Can they hold it? That's for football to be answered by the players there. Well, we're taking you through some stories in the world of sport alongside Tayo Ogushe, even though we couldn't end with him because of technical issue. But right now, we appreciate him for joining us from Lagos. Tayo, thank you so much for at least giving us those insights into the world of sport. And for Aruna Quadri, we're wishing well at the ITTF African competition taking place there. And right now, hopefully, he will come back home with the trophy. Well, as it is, we just have to wrap it up from the entire team that has made this happen. I'm Adeniyi Aji Shafe. Sport is always business and fitness.